Okay, we're gonna get this Toyota, very common on a lot of the Toyota vehicles, this 12-point 30 millimeter staked Toyota axle nut off, and then we're gonna drive the axle out. There's a number of ways to do it, but you'll notice first thing, you see the stake right there, it's kind of like dented in, and that's to prevent it from being able to unthread itself. So first things first, we custom made this little chisel. And what I like to do is just kind of get it in the slot here. It started off as a regular chisel. I just kind of grind it to shape. And we're just going to kind of hit it in. And you notice it's starting to get it to be round again. And we'll just basically do it till, if you shine down straight on there, you'll notice the bend is no longer going to interfere with the threads. So that's how you know it's unstaked enough. Right there. So the next step, we get our trusty WD-40 America, but in reality this is not the best lubricant, although it's going to do just fine. And we're going to just go ahead and hit the threads, because these axle nuts are known to get really hot coming off and they'll gall up the threads, and then you'll end up, it'll just be a mess. So definitely going to want to do some kind of penetrating. PB Blaster, W40 is okay, liquid wrench, something like that. Step. We got our 30 millimeter axle nut socket. In fact, if you want the part number, it's right on there. There's a number of these that you can get. They even make a specific Toyota kit. It's 12 point. That's what's unique. Most axle nut sockets are not 12 point. This one is. Go ahead. It's a nice tight fit. It's exactly what we want. Gonna load it under our impact gun, or if you're working on the ground, sorry for you, but you're gonna have to use a breaker bar and somebody's stepping on the brakes or whatever. And we're just gonna bump it off. It's moving easy, but if it doesn't move easy, sometimes it helps to kind of go in and out. Helps to clean the threads up. This one's moving nice and easy. It's also a pretty new car. And then just buzz it off. So that nut's good. Of course, they're supposed to be one-time use, but realistically, if you restake it, you could probably get away with it. Now, a couple notes. One, if that thing is really rusty, you can actually use a thread file to just go ahead and you'd find the right size, that basically the teeth per inch or the thread pitch, and you could actually file it up, file any rust off of it. Sometimes you'll actually have to use a regular file, but in this case it came off easy, we're good. What I'm going to do is, Tim, you got that puller? What I'm going to use is an air chisel or an air hammer. The temptation is to use a regular hammer and to just wail on this thing, and I'll admit, you could get it out like that. And you've done your suspension work or whatever, you're going to reinstall the axle, which I didn't exactly show. When you're ready to do that, just make sure the axle's in the splines. We can go ahead and maybe pull it, make sure it's sitting well. We'll get our new axle nut, in this case it's used. And we're just going to make sure it's started pretty thoroughly. And then what I recommend is just let's buzz it down with this gun. And kind of why it's slowing down, it's drawing the axle into the splines. Basically it stops, and some people would say, hey, that's good enough. Probably we would be fine. But just because we're going to do it the right way, let me get the torque wrench, and our torque spec was, what do you say, 147?
159.
159, and so we set our torque wrench to 159. We got an assistant up there. That assistant is up there, and he is going to hold on the brake pedal. And while he does that, that's going to prevent it from turning. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just click, torqued, we're good. At that point, we're not quite done. The next step is we need to restake it. So what restaking it means is right where we were before, we're going to go ahead to that point, and we're just going to knock it down the way it was when we found it. So if you note, it's all staked back down now. Very nice, ready to go. So that's it, that's everything. You can do it.